Hello, Phil Soper here, CEO of Royal LePage. I'm going to provide you an update on the Canadian real estate market today, as we have just released the quarterly house price survey, the Royal LePage House Price Composite, which gathers proprietary data on 63 major markets from coast to coast. So where is Canada's real estate market? In the third quarter of 2018, we saw aggregate prices from coast to coast rise by 2.2%. This is dramatically slower than recent years and signals a much healthier market. 2018 has been challenging, though, with the introduction of the federal stress test on mortgage availability that went into effect in January of this year. The number of transactions here in the industry plummeted, and house prices actually dropped for the first time in some time. We have worked our way through most of this period of adjustment and are seeing what economists call a soft landing. So after a period of overshooting, where home prices in our major cities were rising at an unsustainable rate, we have now evened things out. If we look at the fourth quarter and a glance towards the future, there's a couple of things that come to mind. The first one is an improvement in consumer confidence. The trade friction between ourselves and the United States, and some of the language coming out of Washington and even from the US president himself directed to Canada, shocked Canadians. It made them feel very uncomfortable about the state of our economy and even about the state of their jobs. So having put a trade agreement in place has released a burden or a drag on the Canadian housing market. And we should see a bump in consumer confidence and a comfort level with making major financial decisions such as investing in a home. On the other side, the Bank of Canada had wished to raise interest rates earlier than now, but they've been reluctant to do so with the potential of serious trade wars on the horizon. The agreement, the USMCA trade agreement, paves the way for the Bank of Canada to raise interest rates. And we expect they will do this in October of this year and again early next year. Modest increases off very, very low interest rates, but increases nonetheless. Why is this happening? Because the economy is so strong, particularly employment. Full-time employment has been growing rapidly in recent years. We're at 40-year lows for unemployment, and the Bank of Canada fears inflation will creep into our system. And inflation is a very, very dangerous thing for any economy. It drives up interest rates, and it makes it very difficult for wages and salaries to keep pace with the rising cost of everything, including housing. So they're on the right track, and you shouldn't look at a bump in interest rates as a negative thing. You should look at it as a positive sign that Canada is moving in the right direction. So where do we see the market in the months ahead? Our forecast for the fourth quarter of 2018 is for home prices in aggregate across the country to rise by 1.5%. That may not sound like much, but 1.5% in a normally slow time of the year, the fourth quarter of a year, is significant, and it signals a healthier market. We don't anticipate that 2019 will be a breakout year and we'll be back to those unsustainable house price increases we saw in Toronto and Vancouver and some other cities in 2015 and 16. Instead, we expect low single-digit price increases and the gradual recovery in places like Newfoundland and Alberta and Saskatchewan, which have been hit hard by both the 2014 drop in oil prices, but also things like the national stress test for mortgage availability. All in all, household formation continues to be strong. Millennials are rolling into home buying age. New Canadians are buying homes. And we believe that our big challenge from a policy perspective in this country is having enough homes, not the demand for homes. With that, I'll sign off. More, as always, in great detail is available on royallepage.ca. Just look in our media room. Thanks and take care.